Time check! It's English O'Clock! Ang pag-aaral ng English upang madaling matutunan, bakit hindi natin simplihan? Halika! Manood at makinig sa English Teacher ni Juan! Kung bago ka pa lang sa channel na to, huwag kang matakot! I made learning English easy for you! Please like, comment, and subscribe. At pakishare mo na rin sa iba para marami pang mga Juan na gaya mo ang matuto. Good day everyone! Uy, first week na ng ating fourth and final quarter. Excited ka na ba for another brand new lesson for this week? Our first lesson is about grammatical signals and expressions. The target most essential learning competency for this video is use appropriate grammatical signals or expressions suitable to each pattern of idea development. General to particular, claim and counterclaim, problem solution, cause-effect, and others. Halika! Get to know more about this by watching this video. Let us start by giving meaning to the following words. What are grammatical signals and expressions? Grammatical signals and expressions are writing devices that serve to maintain text coherence. They signal the relationship between new sentences and the one before it, and they are also the important writing devices in text construction. These are the words that give the readers or the listeners a signal of what will follow an idea. Remember, na-discuss na natin ang meaning ng coherence in our previous video lesson when we talked about cohesive devices. Actually, grammatical signals and cohesive devices are just the same. Yun nga lang, we are going to be more specific in giving examples this time because we will be talking about the 4 different functions based on the pattern of idea development that will be presented here. Having said that, now, what is idea development? Idea development is the manner or pattern by which a writer or speaker explains his or her main idea about a topic in a paragraph or paragraphs. Patterns of organization show the relationships between supporting details in paragraphs, essays, and chapters. The organization of the supporting details helps you understand how an author thinks and helps you remember what you read. Topic sentence or thesis statement might not predict the organization of the paragraph. Read the entire selection. Not every piece of writing fits neatly into these categories. In developing your ideas, you can use different patterns. But remember that in the real world, many texts contain sections and passages that combine 2 or more patterns of organization. These are the 4 most common patterns of idea development or patterns of organization. General to particular, claim and counterclaim, problem solution, cause-effect, and others. Let's begin with general to particular. This is the method of explaining by starting with a broad or big idea and following it with specific or small ideas in support to the main idea. This is sometimes called deductive method. So, if we are going to make an illustration to describe it, para itong baliktad na triangle. Your opening paragraph would begin with a general statement and then add details that explain it. The details may become increasingly more specific. The pattern ends with a broad statement that summarizes your thinking that resulted from the details. General ideas are broad and unspecific statements that need to be explained further. Here are some signal words for general statements and major details. Signal words used for general statements. generally, primarily, largely, in general. Signal words used for major details: first, second, third, another, furthermore, moreover, in addition, next. Particular or specific ideas clarify, describe, illustrate, provide examples, or explain general ideas. They support the general idea. Examples of signal words for specific ideas are listed in the table below. Signal words used for particular ideas. For instance, for example, to illustrate, to be specific, specifically, particularly, such as, like. Here is an example of a paragraph following a general to particular pattern of idea development. The effect of global warming. The impact that global warming causing on Earth is extremely serious. There are many hazardous effects that will happen in the future if global warming continues. For instance, melting of polar ice caps, leading to an increase in sea level drowning coastlines and slowly submerging continents are some of the specific effects of global warming. In this example, the first sentence presents the general statement about the impact of global warming. Then, it went down to its hazardous effects. It was followed by giving examples of the effects, introduced by the transition, for instance. These are the other examples of grammatical signals that you can also use in the general to particular pattern. We have central, chief, ending with, finally, finishing with, least, less, major, main, key, lastly, most essential, least or most important, primarily, primary, principal, secondarily, significant, more, first, next, last. The second pattern is the claim and counterclaim. The claim to counterclaim pattern of idea development is a method of developing a paragraph or a longer composition by stating someone else's claim, by stating your counterclaim or you as the writer, and by following the counterclaim with reasons or evidences to support the said counterclaim. Claim is a statement or declaration of belief, stance, or opinion. It is an arguable idea used to support or prove an argument. A claim tells what you think is true about a topic based on your knowledge and your research. Counterclaim is just the opposite of a claim. It is an idea that opposes or is against a claim. It is a statement that provides data to explain why and or how a claim is valid. Counterclaims are also provable and supportable by reasons and evidence. Reasons and evidence are important in this because they support and explain the validity of an argument. These are the examples of grammatical signals or expressions that can be used for claims, counterclaims, reasons, and evidence. Signal verbs for claims: agree, claim, conclude, discuss, illustrate, observe, say, show, suggest, support, think, state, propose, present, point out, explain. Signal words or verbs for counterclaims: argue, refute, disagree, oppose, contradict, however, but, in contrast, otherwise, notwithstanding, in opposition, nevertheless, on the other hand or on the contrary, although, even though, while it may be true, still. Others may say that, but, it is often thought, supposed, imagined. It's easy to think, but when you look at the facts, to show evidence from other resources, you may use the following transitions. Signal words for citing evidence. According to, evidence shows, the work of blank indicates, the study reveals, based on the evidence or data, the author claims. Take this excerpt from an article as an example. Notice how the author effectively used grammatical signals to express claims and counterclaims about the topic. Can exercise make you gain weight? What's worse than experiencing little or no weight loss while exercising? Gaining weight. That's right. Sometimes, an exercise program can cause the opposite of its intended effect. One study from a team of Arizona State University researchers tracked 81 sedentary overweight women over a 12-week exercise program that consisted of 30 minutes of brisk treadmill walking 3 times per week. Surprisingly, most of the women didn't lose pounds by becoming more active, and more than half of them gained weight. Another study from researchers at Louisiana State University followed 200 overweight men and women enrolled in a supervised aerobic exercise program over the course of 6 months. The study found that the participants ended up compensating for the calories lost to working out by eating more. As a result, many participants didn't lose weight, or they gained it. Now, let us proceed to the third pattern, problem and solution. In this pattern of idea development, the text presents a significant problem and explains it in detail. Then, a possible solution is suggested. Sometimes, only the problem is presented because there is no solution. It answers the questions, what is the problem? And what is a possible solution? These are the examples of grammatical signals or expressions that can be used for problem and solution pattern. Answer, challenge, need, difficulty, dilemma, enigma, improve, indicate, issue, plan a need, problem, propose, remedied, resolve, respond to, solve, suggest. Take a look at these examples. Since pollution has a detrimental impact on modern living standards, a key solution is increased recycling of waste products. Many children suffer long-term consequences of bullying. However, the problem can be remedied through a 3-pronged approach: educating the parents, encouraging a community atmosphere, and implementing a peer mediation program. Finally, we have the cause and effect. Cause and effect describes or discusses an event or action that is caused by another event or action. There may be a single cause and effect or several causes with several effects. It answers the questions, why did this happen? And what were the results of a particular event? Examples: grammatical signals expressing causes. Because, causes, creates, due to, for this reason. If this, then, leads to, on account of, produces, since, this. Grammatical signals expressing effects. As a result, consequently, hence, in effect, resulting, since, therefore, thus. Here are some of the examples. Public schools should require students to wear uniforms because they save parents money, they emphasize fashion, and create school spirit. The large movement of people from rural to urban areas has major effects on a city's ability to provide housing, employment, and adequate sanitation services. The problem cause or process solution approach will first describe the problem, then analyze the cause or responses to the problem, and then will lead to a solution. So there you have it. These are the 4 most common patterns of idea development or patterns of organization. General to particular, claim and counterclaim, problem solution, cause effect. Pero tandaan na meron pang ibang patterns katulad ng paragraphs showing chronological order, process, comparison and contrast, spatial order, definition and example, summary, at iba pa. Importante lang na aware ka sa mga grammatical signals na maaari mong gamitin to effectively write and express your ideas. So did you learn something today? Sure ako na hindi ka na nosebleed? If you want more of this video tutorial and learn English in a light speed, huwag kalimutang mag-subscribe at i-turn on ang notification button para updated ka sa mga bagong lessons. Ako ang teacher mo, ang English teacher ni Juan. Class dismissed!